Welcome back to At the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis. More than a fuel station, more than a convenience store, it's your one-stop travel shop. On ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion, and Yankton. All right, well, we have a special Tanager talk on the line. It's Cale Cleveland of the Vermilion Tanager football team. Cale, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I am doing great, better than I deserve, and I tell you what, people might not know you. Just take a moment to give us a thumbnail sketch and tell us a little bit about you, your family, and your interests.
I play football, basketball, and baseball for Vermilion. I have 3 sisters, 2 in which have graduated from Vermilion, and one that is a 3rd grader this year. And grew up watching my older sisters play sports, and that's where I got all my interests from.
All right. And so, so obviously sports is something in your family. And so you are kind of continuing that, and that's been a big part of Vermilion. And just as a freshman, you are seeing the field quite a bit. So we're going to be talking football, but when you're not doing sports, what do you like to do?
I like to get my nice sleep in, hang out with family, with friends, eat. I like to eat. There's some good food out there.
All right. And what's your favorite subject in school right now?
I'm a pretty big history guy. I would say that.
Okay. American history, world history, what are you big into?
I would say world history.
All right.
Or U.S. history. I like U.S. history too.
Okay, excellent. All right. Well, you're a freshman in high school. You're acclimating. You're part of the football team, and so we're going to discuss that. But if you had to pick one sport, what would it be?
I get that question asked a lot, and I grew up playing them all. Have fun playing them all, so I usually just say it's the one I'm playing.
Okay.
Currently, but yeah.
All right. Well, I like that answer. All right. Well, let's take a look at some icebreaker questions. These are just some questions that it's just to kind of peel back the curtain a little bit. And the first one's usually pretty easy. One final meal. What are you going to have?
Probably pulled pork sandwich with fries, and then Powerade, and then cookies.
All right. What kind of cookies?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. All right. Well, that sounds like a fine meal to me. Okay. Now, are you a fan of music?
I don't listen to it a whole lot, but okay. I'll listen to it every so often.
Well, what do you like to listen to? Do you listen to podcasts or anything, or watch TV?
I'm a Raiders fan, actually, so I like to listen to some Raiders news podcasts and other sorts.
All right. Of the Raiders, who is your favorite Raider of all time?
I would say currently it's Brock Bowers and Ashton Jeanty, just because there are youth stars and upcoming, but franchise, I probably grew up watching Derek Carr the most. He was my first football jersey I owned, so I would probably say him. But Khalil Mack is also one, but he's also not a Raider anymore. So,
well, that is true. All right. Well, we'll transition out of that, and here's another question for you. If you could, and you're as a history fan, this might be something you like. If you could travel back to any point in the Earth's history and be guaranteed safe return one time, to when would you travel and why?
I'd feel like it'd be nice to see the first, World War I, I would say, just because we've talked about it so much, or World War II, we've talked about both of them so much that I feel like it would just be nice to see it live and understand what all those people went through, and that would be my answer, probably.
Okay. All right. I like that. Now, for this one, assume all of your basic life needs are met. So you have food, shelter, clothing, and transportation. Money is no object, but you can only buy one thing. What would it be?
I would say some sort of ball that I can play and mess around with to entertain myself, because when I'm just going around the house, I always have a ball in my hands, throwing it or dribbling it around.
All right, I like that. All right, now for this one, this can be an athlete, it can be somebody close to home, and it can be more than one answer. But as you go through life, who is someone or are some people that you hold up and say, if I can live life like him or her, I'm going to consider myself a success?
Well, I look up to my parents and grandparents a lot, so that's a good answer. But professional side of things, I would probably say Mike Trout, baseball player of the Angels, would be pretty nice.
All right, Mike Trout. I like him. He battles injuries. I don't think he's been able to achieve what he could have with his talent just because of all the injuries he's been dealt. But, man, he always has a good attitude, and he's always playing hard, isn't he?
Yep.
All right, well, those are the icebreakers. You did well, but I tell you what, let's talk a little football. Does that sound like a plan?
Sounds great.
All right. Now, as this season has gone on, you've seen an increased role. Were you expecting to see this much action as a freshman on this team?
When I came into the season, I was obviously hoping to get some playing time in, but I kind of just worked hard in practice to get the role that I have now and continue to work hard so I can sustain that.
All right. And, we've seen you in different packages and different ways of getting the ball in your hand. You started off as a wideout, kick return, stuff like that. I saw a little maybe wildcat or taking direct snaps in the backfield. What do you feel most comfortable doing?
Well, I've got pretty comfortable into the wide receiver role as this year has gone on, but obviously my younger career, I was a quarterback throughout all of that. So we'll see what the plan is for the next couple of years and how the coaches decide to use me, but I will be fine with any role.
All right, that sounds great. And, obviously this season has had its ups and downs, a lot of close losses, Canton being probably the most notable one, but a lot of games that were just a play or two here or there away from being completely different. How do you guys feel heading into these final few games of this season, with a chance at the postseason if you guys are able to take care of business?
Yeah, we're just trying to compete, do our best, see what happens. That's all we really can do. We know we'll be facing some tough teams, but there are also teams that we know we can beat, and we believe that, and we just have to go in there and do our best.
All right. And, as your career goes on, you're just a freshman. Do you have some personal goals or team goals that you'd like to see before you graduate?
I would like to win a state championship in every sport if I could, but definitely one for sure just to experience it.
All right. Excellent. Well, Cale, thank you so much for carving out some time for me. I know maybe talking on the phone and getting interviewed isn't your favorite thing, but you did really well. Really appreciate it, and looking forward to seeing you guys on the field the remaining games. And you know what? Maybe we'll be able to touch base for another sport down the line if that works for you.
Yeah, sounds great.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and have yourself a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You too.